There will not be a federal government shutdown at midnight. That news coming just after 6 o'clock this evening.
The Senate approved a House-passed spending bill that exposed deep rifts within the Democratic Party. NBC's Julie Serkin has the latest from Washington.
Just before the midnight deadline, the Senate passing a bill to fund the government through September and avoiding a government shutdown.
The yeas are 54, the nays are 46. The bill is passed.
It's an interim funding bill Democrats loathe because they say they had no input in writing it. Most Democrats support a shorter 30-day bill to buy time for bipartisan negotiations on a full-year funding plan. But after saying he couldn't support the GOP continuing resolution, just 24 hours later, Minority Leader Schumer announcing he will vote for it after all because the alternative is worse.
A shutdown would allow DOJ to shift into overdrive,
Putting Schumer at odds with members of his party in both the House and Senate, and outside of Washington, too.
We cannot hand the keys of the kingdom of this big, beautiful democracy that we love over to somebody who has total disregard not only for the rule of law, but for American lives.
Meanwhile, President Trump today addressing the Department of Justice after firing prosecutors who worked on cases against him. Mr. Trump's visit to the agency comes after he said, without evidence, it has been weaponized against him.
Under the Trump administration, the DOJ and the FBI will once again become the premier crime-fighting agencies on the face of the earth.
All of this as the president continues slashing federal jobs. New calls today to keep the Department of Education intact after DOJ cut programs and half the staff. Anxiety and anger spilling across the country.
You don't get to do this!
North Carolina Republican Representative Chuck Edwards was booed during a town hall and then blocked by protesters when he tried to leave. Despite the turmoil, President Trump has repeatedly reassured Americans his policies will ultimately bring success.